You are going to love this video, I hope. And in the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, I'm going to go over the charts for you. A full weekly Forex forecast for the 12th to the 16th of December. So a very warm welcome. My name is Chris, head trader at thetradingmentors.com. And as the name suggests, I am your mentor. If you want me to be your mentor, if you want to improve your trading performance and increase your learning, then that's what I'm here for. So we're going to go through this in order. First of all, we're going to look at the news events for this week. There's lots of data coming out, including interest rate decisions, inflation. So I'll go through each one of those. Now, if you're a position trader, then of course the news doesn't matter. You're in a position for the next few weeks, the next few months. But nonetheless, for you position traders who take short-term positions or day traders, then this is important. DXY, where now? Risk on, risk off. I'll analyze DXY to see where the US dollar goes next. Futures contracts are really important because they predict in the short term the weakest currencies versus the strongest, and we can use that information to foresee any moves happening. The indices, will cover those. Where now for stocks, looking very interesting. Commodities, very interesting. Gold bullish, silver bullish, oil bearish, but I'm going to show you something about gold. So in order to avoid gold, silver is my favorite, or one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why gold is not going to go any further, or probably not anyway. Oil trading software combo option. Now I'm going to go over this in a little bit of detail for the people who have got the advanced pro charts. If you haven't, why not? And this will cover correction, retracement, pullback, depending on your term. Correction in a trend, retracement within a trend, pullback in a trend. And I'm going to go into details. Another word for this is swing trading, of course. And this is the most powerful way to trade on any market at any time frame. And I'm going to go over the details of that for you. Then, of course, I'll go through the full Forex analysis. And lastly, at the end of this video, I'll give you my favorite trades for this week with targets. Now, I do this analysis every day during the New York session, if you didn't know. And if you want to become a member, it's a 14-day free trial. You can cancel anytime. And all the links are below, and there's obviously the VIP room, there's the advanced chart, so all the links are below if you want to join me on my journey. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. So let's jump into the news for next week. So this is Monday, December the 12th. We've got some balanced trade balance out of the UK at 7 AM. Look out for that if you're trading sterling, and not much else in the afternoon. It's all pretty low. The Aussie Consumer Confidence Index coming out 23:30 UK time. So Monday's relatively quiet. I'm more interested in the US dollar, obviously. On Tuesday the 13th, unlucky for some, you've got the unemployment rate coming out of the UK. CPI data, very important, 1:30 on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday the 13th. I thought you said Monday then. Yeah, so that's really important. CPI inflation rate coming out of the US on Tuesday. Let's have a look at Wednesday. Inflation rate out of the UK, so that's going to have an effect on sterling. And again, Fed interest rate decision. Everyone's going to be waiting that on Tuesday as well. So no, it's Wednesday. It keeps coming up Tuesday. So that's Wednesday rather than Tuesday. Interest rate decision on Wednesday. Everyone is going to be waiting for that. So be aware of that. Thursday. Bank of England interest rate decision. As I said, there's lots going on this week. Initial jobless claims for out of the US. Very important. Lastly, Friday, again, sterling retail sales So that's going to have an impact on sterling. So sterling could be volatile this week. Keep an eye on that, guys, if you're a day trader or short-term position trader. And then lastly, you've got the PMI out of the US. Now, what I do with my daily video analysis, I wait for all the news in the afternoon to come through, and then I wait for the markets to settle down so that we can see what's going on, because then you can make informed decisions about what trade you're going for. So if you want to join me in my daily video analysis, then please do. It's $30 a month, free for 14 days, so you can cancel any time. It's totally up to you if you get a bit bored. So I'm delighted to welcome you all to the weekly Forex forecast. It's going to include commodities, indices, so it's not just Forex. So this is the DXY. So we measure the US dollar direction by using the DXY US dollar currency index. And not much going on in the last week or so. It's pretty much sideways, up and down, and no sense of direction except weak. There is no strength in this at all at the moment, so we expect it to go to 104.30, where we could see a double bottom and a reversal on the order block. So we'll look out for that, and again, my daily analysis will confirm that. Every day I'll be doing this. And the order of play today, for those of you who are in the YouTube for the first time or listening to this for the first time, I do the DXY, futures, commodities, indices, and then Forex, and I'll give you my favorite trades at the end of this video. So target for DXY 104.3. On to the futures contracts. This is the Euro futures, and as our Advanced Pro charts confirmed, what happens with the Advanced Pro charts, you really haven't got to calculate anything at all. It's all done for you. So it automatically confirms the trend line breaks. It automatically confirms double tops. It automatically confirms double bottoms, descending wedges, all that kind of thing, and price structure as well. And we get buy signals on the screen as well. So it's a bit of a no-brainer sometimes. But when the markets are sideways, of course, it's difficult, and therefore we avoid them. What's happening now with the euro, it is bullish still. Price structure is confirmed. The target is 10550. But as you can see, it's now entering an order block. These red blocks are what I call sell zones, and the green areas are buy zones. So we have to wait for the euro to see what it's going to do. Similar picture to sterling. Now, there's lots of news out for sterling out of the UK this week, obviously, so just be careful of that. But this has got a little bit more room to go rather than the euro. So sterling is going to be favourite to buy if you're going to buy sterling rather than euro. Euro seems to have reached the peak. So this target, we're probably going to get a pullback and then target 6554.5. Of course, I'll keep you posted every day during the New York session on these futures contracts so we can get into these. So we're looking for the weakest, we're looking for the strongest, and combine those two. So this is the Aussie futures, and the price structure has changed here, hitting this order block, and we're probably going to get a double top at this as well. Now, we don't trade the futures. This is just our indication to see what pairs we might be trading. So once we get a break of this trend line, there is a support line here, as you can see, automatically drawn, and a break of that is going to target 0.6422. Yen futures looks like it's reached its peak. As you can see, we had a buy order down here, price structure changed trends, and then it zoomed up. So strong yen in the last 3 weeks or so. Now this could be just simply a correction. And if you look at this channel here, this downward channel, this is the long-term trend. And so we could see continued weakness of the yen in the next few days for the next few weeks. So this is a great opportunity once it's confirmed that we could see a lot of the yen start to move up. So keep an eye on that. This could be a great trading opportunity, but we need to see price structure confirmed. What I mean by that, we need to see the price achieving lower lows and break the support lines before we even think about that. But once we get the futures in the yen confirmed weak, as we probably expect, then of course we'll be looking for trades in the next few days. Canadian futures, this is now confirmed price structure. This is what I mean by price structure. Once the price and the candles go red or green, that is price structure, and it's achieving lower lows below the 50-day moving average, and then it shows weakness. Interestingly, we do have a target of 37.66, which is fine, but it's now hitting a buy zone. So this is quite deep, isn't it, this buy zone? So, but the long-term trend, as you can see from the channel, is downwards. So we expect this to continue. Target 37.66. Swiss futures, well, this is interesting. It's hit a sell zone, but it's moved above it, which means that the price is highly likely to continue upwards. And you can see that it's a bullish trend. A couple of weeks ago we had a double bottom, if you remember, if you've been following me for a while, and a break of the neckline here. So this continues upwards. And the target for this week is 10812. Silver futures, as I've been mentioning for the last few days, is bullish, as confirmed with the buy signal. And the price continues upwards. Doesn't seem to be any resistance at this level. 23.71 currently. And the target for this week on the futures is $25.5. So silver is strong. Bullish, as we can see here. So this is a position trade now. I'm heading for 25.50. And also I've got the pound Swiss, which I'm losing money, unfortunately. Euro Aussie is a double top. I'm going to cover that one with you. Aussie yen is a double bottom. And the German DAX, I'm just going to consider closing that on Monday, just depending on the market analysis on Monday, really. But I'm in profit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So let's have a look at silver. Actually, before I do, let's do the indices, the stocks. Where now for stocks, we've got negative divergence on the Dow Jones, the US 30. I went short, but I've closed it now. And the target for this week is 33,300. We don't have a trend. We have an order block. So this could be a rally coming up. It's hitting the 50-day moving average as well. So this could be simply a correction. I'll keep you posted every day. Aussie 200, if you're trading this, congratulations, you're making money. Hit the order block, changed price structure, which is important, broke the trend line, and moving down to target 7010. The rally on the Nasdaq for the last couple of weeks is simply a correction, as you can see by this angle of this channel, and it's gone to the top of the channel and failed to go any higher. Doesn't mean it won't, of course, but nonetheless, our target for this week is 11094. This is the German DAX. I'm in this, I'm short this. It broke the order block, the sell zone, remember. Heading for the buy zone. Price structure changed. And I'll be keeping an eye on this because it's still above the 50-day moving average, which is support sometimes. A break below that obviously is going to target 13,444. Bitcoin fans, there's some of you out there. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin, but some of you are. And we had a double bottom a few weeks ago, and my target then was 18,161, and my target is 18,161. Okay guys, this is silver. We had a buy back here a few weeks ago, and then another buy on the 30th of November, and we're making money. But nonetheless, I think there is a double top here, 23.50, current price 23.45, so it's right on it, and I think there is going to be a pullback, so I will be pulling the plug on my trade Monday, and then I'll be waiting for a pullback to about this area of 22.42, and then target will be for this week $25.20. Continued weakness on oil. As we predicted, 76.80 was one of our targets, 82.50 was one of our targets, and so on. We had a lovely double top. If you remember a few weeks ago, This indicated a reversal on the order block, so we only trade double tops or double bottoms on an order block because they're highly successful and highly profitable. And I can teach you that if you wish. And I'm going to go over that in a minute in terms of the oil software and an alternative way to treat that with a swing trading option. I'm going to cover that in the next few minutes, and then I'll go on to obviously my favorite trade. So the target for oil this week is $69.50. So one of my favorite trades is the Aussie yen in profit and moving up. We had a lovely double bottom, and the price target for this week is 93.60. As posted in the VIP room, we have a double top on the Euro Canadian. It's gone too far, in other words. Still an uptrend, but nonetheless a double top indicates reversal possibly, or at least a correction. So the target for this week is 142.70. As I mentioned earlier with the Advanced Pro charts, double tops on an order block are highly powerful. I'm going to cover the detail on that in the swing trading software in a moment now. Let's cover these ones. So the Euro Aussie double top on an order block. Let's see how we're doing. So the target for me is 154.70. So Euro Aussie 154.70, up about 49 grand. So that's going to be hitting the target probably in the next few days. Doesn't really matter how long it takes, does it? Aussie Canadian, if you're in this, congratulations. I know a lot of you are. Buy signal down here, price structure changed, and then zoomed out the blocks on Friday the 11th of November and continued upwards. So you could have trailed this 50-day moving average. Totally up to you how you manage it. But the price seems to want to continue. So a nice pullback here, and then target point 93.50. So allow me just to spend a couple of minutes on swing trading. For those who've got the old software, then this is an alternative to that. And if you like it, then just let me know and I'll send you the details and the instructions. It's free because you've bought the oil software anyway. And this works particularly well on oil because oil is a big mover. As you know, you can get a few hundred pips in a day. 300 or 400 is not unusual. So, and it works with any commodity. I'm going to show you the rules and then I'll tell you the rules so you can get a better understanding of what it's all about. So the first thing we must have in this instance, a falling wedge. You can see this. Let me zoom out. So you can see that this is what we call a falling wedge. We have our target down here, 69.50. And what we are doing here, we are waiting for the market to pull back. Now this is highly, highly powerful. You're not going with the trend. Now the software that you have, if you have the software, goes with the trend. So it will get you into the trend and then it continues and hopefully continues to make a lot of profits like this here, for instance. But a swing trade is slightly different in that it waits for a pullback, and there are some rules, and I'll go over the rules now. So here are the rules. So we've got a 50-day moving average. Okay, and the rules are quite simple. Once we have a falling wedge, and it's coloured red, then we are looking for sells only. And I'll show you a buying opportunity which works equally as well with the same rules. We are waiting for the price to move up to the 50 EMA or into an order block, or both. So let me explain that. So there's an example there. So as the price moves up into the 50-day moving average, the order block probably wouldn't have been drawn at that time, to be fair. But the 50-day moving average is enough. So that's the first rule. Second rule, the stochastic RSI must be overbought. So let's have a look at that. And as you can see here, the stochastic is overbought. And at this point, all you're doing is waiting for the sell signal. That's a 30-minute chart, so there's no rush. This is not a 5-minute or a 1-minute chart. But nonetheless, once you've got your sell signal, then you're looking for a 2-to-1 ratio. Now in this instance, this zooms way past the 50-day moving average, which is common and quite bullish at that point, but it's heading up to a double top. If you can see that, into an order block. Now this is my favorite way of trading, as you probably know. If you've been with me for a while, a year or two, then you know my style of trading is order blocks and double tops. And of course, is it overbought? Oh yes, it is. This has no choice but to fall. And if you can see that line there, that is the falling wedge, the top of the wedge, which was already formed. So you had a sell signal here, but look where the price is as opposed to the 50-day moving average. Okay, and is the stochastic overbought? Well, it is there, but it's not hitting the 50-day moving average, so it doesn't count. It doesn't qualify. And here we've got a sell signal at the top of the range, top of the order block, but is it overbought? No, so it doesn't qualify. So you're looking for qualified with divergence, hopefully, opportunities as the price moves up to the 50-day moving average. Then these are really fussy ways of trading, but as you can see here, there's another one there. Let's have a look. So even the RSI is overbought there, so that indicates, and into an order block, which is a reversal. Remember, the red zones are sell zones. So there was a trade there as it moved up to the 50-day moving average and then fell down. Overbought, yes, and so on. So it's a really good way of trading and getting 2-to-1 risk to reward. It's not fast. It's not a 5-minute chart. It does work on 5 minutes if you want to have a go at that, but 30 minutes is a great way of holding a position for a few hours until you get your 2-to-1. And you haven't got to keep an eye on it. Of course, you've got your stop and you've got your target. That's it. End of. So I hope you've had a lot of fun today and enjoyed this video. There's a lot going on, which could be setting up the yen, could be setting up for another week. A lot of weakness coming in, but not confirmed yet. Aussie could be coming weak, and then Euro and Sterling are pretty much mixed. Sterling is stronger than Euro, and the DXY heading south, but could turn in on any moment, and we'll keep an eye on that every day. If you want to join me every day, I'll be happy to have you on board as a member for $30 a month, free for 14 days, or you want to buy the Advanced Pro charts, then please do so. Have a wonderful weekend.